what's up, y'all? Welcome back. This is part 2 in a 2-part video series on how to host new visitors. So listen, here's the deal. If you haven't seen part 1, don't freak out. You can actually watch this video and then you can go back and watch part 1. We've just got some different tips that I've learned over the years on how to eliminate anxiety, kind of lower the barrier of entry for new visitors. So let's dive into how to host new visitors for Plan Your Visit part 2 coming up. All right, so first up, something that's important to understand is that people don't remember what you say, they remember how you make them feel. Right? So one of the biggest things that we want to make sure to do for all of our Plan Your Visit guests is we want to eliminate anxiety, and we want to make sure to make them feel like they belong, right? We want to help them get connected. So we talked about this in part 1, but it's really important to reiterate is that people don't want to be treated like VIP, right? So this is not a VIP program. We're not rolling out the red carpet. We're not treating them like rock stars. You don't want to treat them like VIP. You want to treat them like family. That's how people want to be treated. They want to be treated like family that you just haven't met yet. They're actually coming out to church because they want to get connected with other people that are like them. So we want to make sure to eliminate anxiety, lower the barrier of entry, and we don't want to treat them like VIP. We want to treat them like family. All right, so every single person needs a warm welcome, right? So whatever it is, you don't want to go over the top, right? But you do want to make sure to smile and welcome every single guest, right? So, and this isn't just Plan Your Visit guests, right? These are all your regular attenders and all of your first-time guests that didn't sign up for Plan Your Visit as well. So make sure to have a warm welcome, lots of eye contact, lots of smiling, and just be happy. Again, don't be over the top, but you do want to be authentic and happy. Okay, so if you haven't read it before, Gary McIntosh has a great book on this subject that's called Beyond the First Visit, the complete guide to connecting guests to your church. All right, and so I actually want to read a passage from the book here because I think this is really, really important as we're understanding how to host Plan Your Visit guests. Whatever you do, take great pains not to embarrass the newcomer. Among other things, this means you should not identify new people by placing a ribbon, flower, or name tag on them. Do not ask visitors to stand and speak before the entire congregation. A survey of 1,000 adults 18 years of age or older reported that making a speech was the #1 event causing adults to be nervous. It ranked first, ahead of, in order, getting married, interviewing for a job, going to the dentist, a first date, and getting a divorce. Okay, so think about that. The new visitors in your church are more nervous about giving a speech or getting singled out than they are about getting a divorce. Now, that's crazy and probably a whole nother video, but it's important to understand, right? We want to eliminate awkwardness. We don't want to get them to be nervous. We don't want them to think they're going to have to stand up or give a speech or anything like that, right? People are already freaking out about that. So let's just make sure that we're not doing anything that's going to embarrass our guests. So it's important to have your Plan Your Visit host waiting for them at the front door, right? Otherwise, it can be a little bit awkward for them knowing when to come in and how to meet their host and how to connect with them. So what we like to do is just let them know ahead of time who their host is and then which doors to go in order to meet them. So we might say, hey, John and Susie, we're super excited about hosting you guys here for Plan Your Visit on Sunday. Heather is actually going to be showing you around, and as soon as you come in those glass double doors on the north side, you're actually going to see Heather there. She's got blonde hair. She's about 5'4". She'll be waiting for you in the lobby as soon as you guys get here. So just come on in those double doors and you'll find Heather right inside the lobby, right? Nice and easy. Now it's very clear. They know exactly where to go. Sometimes it's not a bad idea to even text a picture of their host to the person beforehand, so now they know exactly who they're looking for. All right, so one of the important things that you want to do during the visit is you want to try to get those first-time guests connected with some regular attenders. Right? So you want to make sure that they meet at least a couple of other people who are part of your core church, right? So these are the people that might be really steady volunteers, or they've been going to the church for a long time, or, you know, maybe they're in lay leadership, right? But whatever it is, you want to make sure they're meeting some key staff and leaders from the church. And then you also want to make sure that they meet the pastor, right? Because this is crazy, but 80% of first-time visitors who meet the pastor on the first visit will come back for a second visit. Right? 80%. So literally, even if you're launching Plan Your Visit for the first time, and even if the visit goes a little bit weird and it doesn't go perfectly, 8 out of 10 of those people will actually come back for a second visit if they simply meet the pastor on the first visit. right? So whatever happens, make sure that you have a plan for how those guests can meet you as the pastor. Now, that could be something kind of informal and just have your plan your visit host make sure to find you either before and after service and introduce you to the guests, or it could be something a little bit more planned out, like maybe you do pizza with the pastor after the service, or maybe you have something at the end of service where you say, hey, man, my name's Pastor Chris, and listen, if this is your first time, if you signed up for Plan Your Visit, or if you just came in here for the very first time, man, I'd love to, kind of meet you and hear a little bit more about your story. So, man, just meet me down front here in front of the altar as soon as service is over, and I would love to meet you. But you want to have some type of a plan to make sure that they meet you as the pastor. Because again, 80% of people who meet the pastor on the first visit will come back for a second visit. Okay, so before I get to my last couple of points, man, would you share this video? I know there's a lot of pastors and church leaders out there who are either trying to plan your visit for the first time, or they're trying to figure out how to navigate the new visitor situation. So would you share this video with someone you know that needs it? Okay, so next up is one of my very favorite ideas. So this is the idea of having secret greeters. So while you might have plenty of people who are on your greeting team or your usher team, one of the things that your church can do, especially if you're a little bit larger church and it's kind of easier for people to just kind of slip in and slip out and kind of get lost in the mix, is if you recruit a couple of people to be secret greeters, right? These are just friendly people whose only job is to kind of walk around the sanctuary or the lobby, right, wherever people congregate, and just kind of talk to people, right? So what you want to do is you want to have them just going around and especially greeting people that they've never seen before. Now, again, you never want to ask someone if they're new or if it's their first time, but if you have these secret greeters, they're just kind of walking through being friendly, and when they see people that they haven't met yet, they can literally just walk up and introduce themselves, right? Just say, hey, what's up? I don't think we've met yet. My name's Chris. Right? So, oh, hey, what's up, Chris? I'm John. Oh, John, great. How long you been going to the church, man? And then John might say, man, this is my first time. Oh, man. Well, congratulations. Right? But having those secret greeters just ensures that you actually have a system to make sure that people aren't slipping in and slipping out, right? We want to make sure that nobody slips through the cracks. If they signed up for Plan Your Visit, then they're going to have a host waiting for them. But if they showed up for the very first time and they just kind of came in, we don't want to happen is we don't want them to be able to come into church, sit through the entire service, and then leave without having any actual personal connections. So this is a way to solve that by having secret greeters. Okay, something that is a great practice for any church is at the end of service, you always want to give them some type of a gift, right? And my favorite way to do this is to invite people to fill out a Connect card and then just let them know, hey, when you turn in that Connect card in the guest center in the back of the sanctuary, we've actually got a free gift for you. You want to actually reward people for filling out that Connect card. So if you just ask people to fill out the Connect card so you can have a record of them being there, they don't care. That means nothing to them, right? They're doing you a favor, and people already guard their personal information, right? So now it's like, why would I give you my personal information, right? There's basically nothing in it for them. So if you're doing that, you probably don't have a lot of Connect cards every single week. So I actually taught this to a pastor friend of mine, and he literally went from averaging about 2 Connect cards every single week to 10 Connect cards the very first Sunday, simply because he implemented this idea of rewarding people for turning in the Connect card. You just have a free gift box or a free visitor box that you can put together, and then just make sure you're giving that free gift to people whenever they turn in the Connect card. And for all of your Plan Your Visit people, even though you have their information, you want to make sure to go at it and have them fill out a Connect card as well, and then also turn it into the guest center, and you can just walk them over there to make sure that they get their free gift. Right? This does 2 things. Number 1, you're making sure they don't leave empty-handed and they get a free gift. But number 2, you're also making sure that you have their information on a Connect card as well. So now either you as the pastor or one of your volunteers can actually take all of the Connect cards from that day and plug them into a follow-up system, and you don't have to worry about going back and finding all the Plan Your Visit information in another spot. Having your Plan Your Visits fill out a quick Connect card just makes everything super easy, and that way you're making sure that everyone makes it into the follow-up system and nobody slips through the cracks. All right, and finally, you want to make sure to send a Monday morning selfie video to every single one of the guests who fill out a Connect card. Now, I recommend that you as the pastor do this for every single guest, regardless of whether or not they plan to visit or not. Right? So depending on how many guests you have, if you had 3 guests the day before or 5 the day before, each one is only going to take about 30 to 60 seconds. So you're not going to spend more than 5 minutes creating these selfie videos, but this is really, really powerful. And what it does is it creates that personal connection between you and the guest, right? So now all you have to do is you're just going to create a personal video, just holding your smartphone and just saying like, hey, John, what's up? It's Pastor Chris. And listen, I just wanted to thank you and your wife, Susie, for coming out to church yesterday. Man, I had a great time getting to know you and your kids, little Johnny and Jennifer. And so, man, I just want to invite you out. Man, we're doing it again next week, same time, same place, Sunday morning at 10 o'clock. Can you make it? right? What's going to happen is you're going to be shocked at how many people are just blown away by the fact that you would take time to create a personalized video for them and for their family, right? So you're also going to elevate the relationship to kind of a personal connection, and then we're tapping into the power of a personal invite to get them to come back for week 2. The other thing you can do is, if you do have a lot of plan your visits, is you could always have the plan your visit host create that Monday morning selfie video and then text it to them as well, right? So now they're seeing the same person they spent time with the day before, reconnecting with them and sending a personal selfie video to them 24 hours after their first visit. Okay, so now that you know how to take care of visitors who are signing up for Plan Your Visit and coming into the church for the very first time, if you want to learn a little bit more about how to actually attract new visitors and get them to sign up for Plan Your Visit, head on over to churchgrowthagency.com or click on the link in the description below. We have a free video that'll walk you through a 4-part framework for how to do exactly that.